Hello, welcome to tonight's episode of the Group Therapy Podcast. Brandon's back again for a fourth consecutive week. How the hell you know how this happened? Because we're not filming on Saturday night, we're filming on Sunday evening.
Because I was tired.
Because he's like, I'm too busy. But I was busy yesterday because yesterday was a pretty busy day at the shop.
Yeah.
That shop being Are You Game?
Our sponsor.
My comic shop, Are You Game, the best comic book, video game, magic, toy store in all of Piqua, Ohio. 124 North Sunset Drive, Piqua, Ohio, 45356. And tonight we're going to have a free fall episode.
All right.
No overlying topic, just... We're going to talk
nonsense.
No, we're not going to talk nonsense. We're going to talk about stuff going on right now. Because Disney just dropped a ton of information on us.
Also, the Game Awards.
The Game Awards.
Big game reveals. Sephiroth and the Smash Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Mom thought that trailer was really cool. Our resident Final Fantasy VII fan.
Oh, yeah. Literally Saturday at the comic shop, it was like, oh my god, so Sephiroth and Super Smash Brothers. Oh, what does that mean? And then of course everybody's like, oh, it means that we're gonna get we got Cloud, we got Sephiroth, we're gonna get Tifa, we're gonna get, I'm like, no, we're gonna get Wedge and Biggs. That's good.
Yeah. No. We're gonna get the haunted house enemy.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII had some weird enemies, and
yeah.
I'm glad that they came back in HD for the remake.
Oh,
the goofy, funny enemies that you could fight are just made in HD, like the Hell House.
Oh man, we need. And now Kenny Omega, he's like, yes.
He's literally the one-winged angel.
He is Kenny Omega, and his finishing move is the one-winged angel because he's named after the Omega summons, and he has the one-winged angel named after Sephiroth. Mm-hmm.
And also, Kenny Omega is like in this weird.
Kenny Omega.
A lot of people around him. Like, Will Ospreay got busted for being kind of...
Yeah, Kenny Omega
stands tall.
For those who don't know, Kenny Omega is probably the best wrestler in the world today. He's now on... He is AEW. He was on Impact because he is the AEW World Heavyweight Champion, which he should have been a year ago. And... I'm not saying that because I'm a Kenny Omega mark, but I am a Kenny Omega mark. So, I've been, the best thing is that he was on Up, Up, Down, Down because he's friends with Xavier Woods, mm-hmm. who now it looks like Xavier Woods is going to be connected with the new G4 channel. Which we got that announcement relatively recently. I know this is a little bit old, but...
we talked about it on the show.
Yeah, we talked around the show. I just finally got around
to... bring back Pereira.
They had the... Did you watch it yet? The G4 reunion show?
No, I have not.
It had Morgan, Sessler, Kevin, Olivia, Blair Herter, and why can't I think of the other girl? But it was hosted by...
Was Hardwick there?
No, Hardwick was via recording.
Video.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
the one that's surprising was Olivia Munn because out of all the people, I know Hardwick's on everything, but
Hardwick took advantage of his fame, and
but Olivia Munn is like everywhere, mm-hmm. And
she's kind of died down a bit recently, but she still got her.
Yeah, but she was
she was Psylocke.
Yeah, she's Psylocke, and she was in The Predator. So
she was in The Predator?
Yeah, she was the Predator. She was the badass scientist in The Predator. And I don't know. People hate on that movie. I like The Predator, but to be honest, I don't think there's a bad Predator movie. I love The Predator.
There's just
AVP.
Varying degrees of quality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some are sillier than others.
One of the greatest action movies ever made.
See, the Predator,
here,
what makes the Predator formula work is you make a good, interesting movie, and then you add Predator to it.
You had Predator in it. Yeah.
Because Predator 1 would have been great, even if Predator didn't show up.
If it would have just been a war movie where them guys were going in to save the, and get screwed over by this, it would have been great. It would have been a good action movie. And then we're like, we need to throw an alien into it. And good thing we did not get that weird mantis bug alien that was Jean-Claude Van Damme.
We got the Predator.
We got Predator with Kevin Peter Hall, all like 7.5 feet of him, looming over Arnold Schwarzenegger and everybody else. The fact that that dude was bigger than everybody else on set, like height-wise.
This entire cast of men among men.
Yep.
Jesse Ventura,
Yep.
Carl Weathers, Arnie.
Bill Dukes. Oh yeah. God damn.
Giant, like every single one of those men was an action star.
Shane Black. Shane Black was in Predator and ended up being the director of The Predator. Shane Black also wrote Lethal Weapon movies. Yeah, he's Shane Black. He's that Shane Black. And he's
I'm just saying. Big thing I hear about the Predator is that it messed with the formula in that it's a Predator movie, not a good movie with Predator in it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, though, is the normal Predator looks cool. But then they put the big CGI, like 9-foot, like, weird Ultra Predator. Yeah, that works. But now I like the Predators.
You like the suits.
I like
costumes.
I like the Predators. Or the Predators, the one where Robert Rodriguez, the one where they send him to the alien planet, and it has of all people they have action hero Adrian Brody. Who'd have thought Adrian Brody needed to be an action star? But he's good.
Apparently, Peter Jackson too.
Yeah,
he was in King Kong as an action star.
Oh, but man,
I played as him in the King Kong game, which is better than the movie.
The best scene is that the Sonny Landon scene in Predator, Billy, where he takes and he gets on that log and he pulls out the knife and you think he's going to have that fight with the Predator and it all ends off screen. That's one of the that's the only disappointing part with Predator. You think that
we're going to get a cool fight.
We're going to get that fight where he takes that knife out and he's going to fight, and then all of a sudden you see him laying there and he gets his spine ripped out. But when the Yakuza guy in the in Predators has a sword fight with them, and they both kill each other on the battlefield.
They actually filmed the fight scene.
And I'm like, yes, this is their tribute and what that fight scene should have been in Predator. And what's great is in G.I. Joe, they made a Predator and Dutch's team figures. Duke was sculpted to kind of look like Dutch. Stalker looked like Carl Weathers. Recondo looked like Jesse Ventura. Sonny Landon's character Billy looked like was Spirit. And a new one, the Headhunter, was the Predator. And he has his dreadlocks and he has like a hockey mask looking mask on.
He's the Predator, but not the Predator.
Yeah, those action figures are freaking awesome and they're expensive. Luckily, I got them, but I got them secondhand, so all mine are loose. But they look awesome. So
Predators fought in the comics a couple. We've had. I'm pretty sure we've had Batman versus Predator.
Oh yeah, I have multiple Batman versus Predator. People are freaking out right now because Marvel got the rights to Aliens and Predator, so they're doing the publishing rights. So that means that there will be no more DC crossovers with Predator, and so people are jumping on the bandwagon. Hurry up and running out and buying those Predator, Batman, Predator, Superman. Predator, Green Lantern, all that stuff like that.
Because, it's done.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Which already right now is that...
But that does mean we're going to get Kraven versus Predator, like we talked about.
Yes.
We're going to get Spider-Man versus Predator.
We're going to get Wolverine versus Ghost Rider. Moon Knight. I bet you everybody's going to fight Predator sooner or later. But we get this...
We'll finally get Punisher. Both Predator and Punisher have fought Archie.
Yep. What's really great is that right now in this month's order book, I'm placing my orders right now. Is that, actually it started last month. Last month is the Aliens covers. So there's the Marvel superheroes fighting aliens, the Xenomorphs. Well, in X-Force, they're doing a tribute cover to the X-Men cover where the X-Men are fighting the Brood.
Yeah.
But they edit the Brood and just put in
What
the
Brood were
Xenomorph.
supposed
What's
to
the
be.
Brood? Yeah. So it's a tribute to that, and I'm like, fuck yeah.
The Brood were meant to be the Xenomorphs.
Oh,
just
yeah.
not Xenomorphs.
Although in some ways I think that the Brood's worse because they completely take over the being.
Mhm.
So, but right now with I don't know. Like I said, the only movie that I was disappointed in was Alien vs Predator Requiem, and to be honest,
Because they had the chance to fix the wrongs of the first movie.
yeah, well the first
they
one's
finagled
not bad if you watch the when it came out on DVD,
The unrated cut.
the unrated cut, yeah.
Because
But
they wanted to cut down the gore to get that
they
PG-13
wanted
rating.
PG-13 so we could get more people in the seats, and what did they toned it down? Then they
And
went
killed
all
the
out.
movie.
Then they went all out in Alien AVP Requiem. But the only problem is that movie's super dark.
You can't
Not as
see anything.
Yeah, you can't see shit in that movie. The worst part about it is I want to see an ultra HD 4D.
You want to
4K.
see that movie where you can actually
Yeah.
see stuff.
Because that has one of the best trailers ever. That shit came out and it had Silent Night with all it was playing was Silent Night the musical, the instrumental,
lyrics.
no lyric, and just all the action going on with no other sounds, just that music, and I'm like, this is great. I remember watching the girl running down the hallway, and all of a sudden the freaking thing hits her and pales her to the wall, and I'm like, this is awesome. But
You know what's good? The AVP games.
oh shit, yeah.
Both the old school and the new ones.
Mm-hmm.
Them old school ones that were released right around the Quake era.
Oh, the ones that were AVP for SNES.
No, not SNES. They were still the PC games. There
Okay.
were the series of FPS games, and then there was the new ones by. Then there was the new one by
Oh,
Rebellion.
I love
published by Sega.
I love the arcade one.
The arcade one was good. Don't play Colonial Marines.
Literally,
Stinker.
I own that game for one reason and one reason only.
To complete your collection.
But I pre-ordered that damn thing, and when it took forever upon ever to come out, I canceled my pre-order. So when I finally came to the shop, I'm like, fuck it. I just threw it in a pile. I'm like, it's mine now. I got it. I own it. I've waited I don't know how many years for this game. It's god awful.
Do you know why that game is so bad? Because Gearbox was funneling money from it to fund Borderlands.
I know it was
Fuck Randy Pitchford. If you're watching this, Mr. Randy Pitchford,
man,
Mr. Greaseman.
no. One of the best things is somebody we got the quote is Jay sent me a message. He goes, the best quote from the last episode was you going, why isn't Woody Allen dead yet? And I'm like, I know that's a thing between me and Brandon is that Woody Allen.
I hate Woody Allen.
He's a piece of shit. But
Frank Sinatra should have had the mob kill him.
oh yeah. See that's a great story if you look into that. Frank Sinatra asked Mia Farrow if he wanted him to take him out. Yeah, so
I'm gonna go back in time and tell Frank, do it.
Yes. Dude,
Do it.
Dude, you don't raise a girl as your daughter and then marry her. That's some creepy freaking pedophile shit going on right there. But no, we're gonna get off the
We're gonna get off dark topics.
Dark topics,
We get to
right.
better topics.
We'll get
more
on
fun topics.
Oh yeah. So today I spent several hours at a book sale. So I bought a bunch of comic books today. I bought way too many comic books recently.
You left at like noon and came back at like 5:30.
No, I left because I went to the gym first. I left and went to the gym at 11 o'clock. I worked out until then I came straight here, dropped my crap off, picked Joe up, and then I didn't come back because Mark's slow as shit. And
You're watching this, Mark. Speed yourself up.
I will give Mark shit until the day he dies. And then I will still give Mark shit even if he's dead.
And then he'll be giving you shit in the afterlife.
Because he's my best friend, and I will give him shit until I die.
Like, you're gonna be both of you are gonna be old men, just like, hey, Just give each other shit. Just like,
My wife and children love me.
it's horrible.
That's like, like I said, I give Mark so much shit, but he's been one of my best friends since God, forever.
Since before I was around.
31 years I've been friends with Mark. I'm 46 years old and I've been friends with him for 31 years. I've only been friends with like a couple people longer, and that's Dante and Rick. And, well, Campbell, yeah. I've known Campbell since junior high. So, but and Dante, and it's a shout out to Rick, Dante, Campbell, and Mark. But no, I bought a bunch of shit for the store and a handful of things for myself. I ended up buying stuff for myself from Jesse at an auction. So
you also got yourself a sandwich.
I got 2 sandwiches.
2?
Because they had free sandwiches, and you know what? I think the best sandwiches are free sandwiches because I'm cheap as shit.
That's the name I haven't seen in a while. Hack Slash.
Yeah, Hack Slash.
She was around when I was a kid.
Well, I guess the
young.
rights to finally went to oh man, really?
A scuff bit.
No, it's a omnibus, and it was a $5 book anyways. I think I paid like $1 for it. But this is a great comic. If anybody ever looked into this, Hack Slash is fun.
It's about a girl named Cassie Hack who fights monsters.
Yeah,
she's like Buffy except goth.
Yeah, and her buddy Vlad. And the thing is that they don't fight like vampires and stuff like it. They fight the slashers. So
hence Hack Slash.
Yeah, her mom was the lunch lady who was was like a Jason style killer. They picked up the rights to this, and the first issues are going pretty crazy. It's a fun book. I mean, there's literally...
It's one great big love letter to horror movies.
Yeah. It's Dead Girls Gone Wild. A friend of mine did some artwork in...
Fighting killer clowns,
she's fought Chucky. She's fought...
like official crossovers.
Yeah, they had official crossovers and stuff. It's a fun book. If you like Freddy and Jason and Michael, you will love this book. It's Hack Slash. It was through Devil's Due. Now it's from Image.
On the subject of horror crossovers, remember when Ash from Evil Dead was everywhere? Remember when he showed up in Marvel Zombies and he was canon?
Yeah, and then he's going to get he's getting the Ash vs. Evil Dead video game with Bruce Campbell as Ash.
Actually, we were looking at that. It looks like it's based off of young Ash from the earlier movies.
Yeah,
but we see stuff from Army of Darkness as well as Evil Dead. So it might be
stuff from Ash versus Evil Dead.
So it might be like a big mishmash that maybe like it tells an alternate version of the, because all the Evil Dead games tell an alternate version of the story.
Yeah, because you have Evil Dead, Hail to the King, Evil Dead, Fistful of Boomstick.
And then Evil Dead Regeneration. Fistful of Boomstick and Hail to the King take place in the same timeline post Army of Darkness. Because he gets a girlfriend after the events of Army of Darkness. And then he ends up going back to the cabin for some fucking reason. Why would you ever go back to the cabin where all your friends died, including 2 girlfriends? Because Evil Dead 2 is in like this weird state where it's both a sequel and a reboot.
Well, there's the theory that in the middle of Evil Dead 2, when he snaps and loses his shit and he starts having the breakdown, everything after that is a hallucination. So Evil Dead, all that, he actually lost his mind. He's actually trapped in the cabin. That's why he can't get away from it, is because he's trapped there now.
Well, freaking Evil Dead Regeneration goes into that a bit, because essentially in Evil Dead Regeneration, Army of Darkness never happens. It blends together Evil Dead in 1 and 2, and Ash gets away from the cabin, but he's picked up by the authorities, and he's put in a loony bin, because it's like... My friends came as monsters because we played a recording from this evil book, and then they're like, Yeah, sure.
He's crazy and he's covered in blood. We need this guy in.
He sawed off his own hand.
Yep. Well,
And the game is about him, and then the game is about a guy finding and reading from the book, and then Ash has got to get his chainsaw back and stop him.
well, one of the best
It's
things.
a fun little hack and slash
Oh, man.
game. I would severely recommend it.
Well, that's like the Evil Deads are all technically the new remake Evil Dead, the one with the girl.
The one where Ash isn't in the movie,
Yeah, but
is
he-
another alternate timeline.
Yeah, if you look, his car is abandoned and rotting away in front of the cabin.
In that timeline, he died.
He died. But at the very end, if you go past all the credits, the post-credit scenes is Ash. And there was rumors is that we were going to get Evil Dead 4, Evil Dead Remake 2, and then we were going to get 5/3, which was going to be them fighting with each other against the Evil Dead. And then that never happened.
So it's going to be like a cross timeline crossover kind
Yeah, it
of
was
deal.
going to be the multiverse type thing. I'm not going to lie. I love the remake of Evil Dead. Yeah, I'll give you wrong, because a lot of people are like, it's not got Ash in it. It's still a good movie.
reimagining.
It's a reimagining, and it's still really good. And it's
mean,
got one of the best scenes, man, where she takes that razor knife, and it's like, and splits her tongue down the middle.
Ugh.
And then that movie had the most blood in it, because when they have the scene at the end.
And then look, I'm just saying they brought back the tree scene.
Yep.
For that remake.
Oh man,
One scene they didn't have to remake, they remade.
Oh yeah, they definitely had to remake that scene, because that scene is so uncomfortable.
You're just like, I don't like this.
Yep.
I'm gonna fast forward.
I'm sitting here. I picked up today Power Man and Iron Fist number 66.
Nice.
Second appearance of Sabretooth.
Cool.
Yep. And then the third appearance of Sabretooth.
Before he was
back before Sabretooth was connected with everything X-Men and Wolverine, he was a Power Man. Well, he was an Iron Fist villain, and then he was Power Man and Iron Fist villain. And then they introduced one of my favorite characters. This guy is so underrated. That is Constrictor. I like Constrictor, and I don't know why they don't do anything with him, you know. But, okay, we need to get back to Evil Dead. I'm sitting here reading comics while I'm doing a podcast.
we here at the podcast are huge Evil Dead fans.
Yes.
Mr. Bruce Campbell, you are handsome.
You
are my hero.
If you would ever like to be on a show, I got to meet Bruce Campbell once, and it was
You have the book the book he wrote.
I have both of them. I have
If
Chins Could Kill and How to Make Love Like a B-movie Actor. But I met him because we were going to go to a book when his first book dropped. We were going to blew out my tire, and we were stuck along the interstate because whoever owned my van before put one odd-sized lug nut.
Ooh.
So we got all the lug nuts off but one, and one had fused on there. So we had to get a tow truck to come get us, pull us up, cut the lug nut off, put the spare on. We drove it to the book sale, or to the bookstore. The people I went with eventually got to meet him, but I didn't get to get anything signed. I was sitting there talking to somebody that worked there. I told them my story about what had happened, and then I still had to leave. I was actually late for work. Ooh. Because I was there trying to get, and I waited till last minute because they're like, "Oh, we're going to see if we can." And finally, they're like, "You know, you can go up and say hi, you can greet him and everything, but you just, you know, scoot." And I'm like, thank you, sorry. I told him. He goes, yeah. He goes, man, I heard your story. It sucks, I'm like, oh, thank you for shaking my hand, And I'm like, goodbye.
Total fanboy.
Yeah, and then I left, and my friends that were with me got a ride with one of their other friends because I had to go to work still. So that's my story of how I met Bruce Campbell for like 3 seconds. Oh man, it's Evil Dead was so much fun. I remember watching.
Bruce Campbell's the kind of guy, like, even when he's, Evil Dead is what he's known for. His role as Ash is what he's known for. But you look into his other stuff, he hasn't been in the best movies.
He's been in.
He can make.
He's been one of the best TV shows ever. The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr.
but he can make even mediocre scripts because he's just a really talented actor who just was stuck with B movies.
Oh man, I love him in like Maniac Cop. I loved him in Crime Wave. He's great in all the Raimi Spider-Mans as his little bit cameo.
And then of course he was in the Raimi Spider-Man games.
Yeah.
As he's a tutorial guy. He's a bit of a narrator, and he's in the Raimi ones because him and Raimi
are best friends.
And he has like some of the best lines in those Spider-Man games.
I think it's funny is that rumor was he was in Spider-Man 4 he was going to be Mysterio. That's why he keeps showing up as different people in each one, is because he's the whole entire time he was going
to be Mysterio.
He's going to be Mysterio, yeah. So that never happened
because we never got Spider-Man.
We never got Spider-Man. So
now we're getting Spider-Man 3 again.
Spider-Man 3 with all three Spider-Mans. So just think, this is Spider-Man 4, Amazing Spider-Man 3, and and Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man 3. We're getting 4-3-3 all in one movie. And
a big running joke is like because like a lot of they were having a lot of actors reprise their roles, including
Well, I like
Mr.
the one that
Molina
said Hayden Christensen's going to reprise his role as Anakin Skywalker in Spider-Man 3.
My one was the guy who played Goku in Dragon Ball Evolution.
Will reprise
his role for Spider-Man 3.
Hey, you know what? It's part of it's because we're getting Multiverse of Madness, and then we're getting Spider-Man 3. So it's all connected. So we're getting the multiverse.
It's all connected!
We're getting the multiverse, which is flipping awesome. I wish they would just acknowledge that in DC too.
The multiverse stuff.
Yeah, because DC has a multiverse too, and
when they cross over, it's usually because of like a crisis.
Yeah, but they got Crisis on Infinite Earths on the Arrowverse stuff on the TV on CW. Mm-hmm. They introduced Ezra Miller's Flash to Justin Grant's Flash. Mm-hmm. And so you had both the Flashes there, and you had all the other Flash. You had the Flash.
They brought back the actor from Smallville to play what is essentially whatever happened to the Man of Tomorrow.
They brought back Tom Welling and as Superman,
as whatever happened to the Man of Tomorrow.
As Clark Kent.
He's not. I don't think he's Clark Kent.
He's Kal-El because he's retired.
Because his whole thing is he doesn't have because it's whatever happened to the Man of Tomorrow.
Yeah, it's because he quit being Superman. But no, they need to do that with the movies. That way they can acknowledge the Michael Keaton Batman. They can acknowledge, because I guess that's what they're going to do with soon with Batman. But they could acknowledge Batman with Michael Keaton. They can acknowledge the Val Kilmer. They can acknowledge the George Clooney. Those were all parallel universes in the part of the multiverse. You can have all of that. We can explain why there's Keanu Reeves, John Constantine, and why there's Matt Ryan, Constantine. We can acknowledge why there was Linda Carter, Wonder Woman. We can acknowledge why there's Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman, and Adrian.
Just have Adrian Brody show up for no reason.
For no apparent reason. He's like, "Well, I'm supposed to be in this movie. Am I fighting the big ape in this one?" So,
like I said. The King Kong game is better than the movie.
As we went from the multiverse to King Kong. Yeah, the King Kong game is awesome.
The Jack on Foot segments is like World War II Turok. Because you're fighting dinosaurs with Tommy guns. Like, you can pick up spears and bones and, thunk them.
Thunk them?
Yeah, just,
thunk them right in the head.
I love the fire mechanics. I love... even the Kong segments are a bit fun, but I honestly always preferred the Jack segments.
Oh, man.
It's like a horror action game, and it's really good.
I think that game was severely underrated.
Its problem is that it was a
licensed
game during the dark times.
Oh, yeah.
But you know why it was so good? It's because Peter Jackson, unlike every other guy in existence, he really liked Ubisoft.
Mm-hmm.
He specifically picked out Ubisoft to make the game because he loved Beyond Good and Evil. And he allowed them access to movie materials. He gave them a proper budget. Heck, Wingnut Films is credited in-game.
Yeah.
Because you can, like, they let them access movie concept art, movie materials. Like, all the actors reprise their roles.
The thing is that movie, that the game started production.
The game came out before the movie did.
Yeah, but it also started production at the same time they started production on the movie.
So it allowed it plenty of time.
Yeah, it gave us all this time where a lot of them are like, oh yeah,
we got to rush them out. We got to rush them out. We got to get that gamer money.
Oh man.
Whereas
most there's a few of them that, I mean, I hate to say this, I like the damn Ghost Rider game for the PS2. Yeah, I like that.
It's a stupid fun, like,
it's
hack and slash.
Yeah, it's like what, Devil May Cry,
God of War kind of.
Yeah, God of War. Yeah, it's dumb, but it's not as bad as it could have been. There's some bad ones out there.
I've played some really bad games, not just because I had to when I was testing games.
Yeah,
like when you test games, you can't, like, when you're reselling them, you can't just like boot them up and hope for the best. Like, all right, it boots up, I can sell it. No, you got to go in there and you got to make sure that there's no, like, because scratches can, like, mess up the game later down the line.
Yep.
And if a customer beats the first level, but they can't get past that first level, that's going to be an unhappy customer.
Yeah, but that's why we have
this whole tangent totally wasn't me excusing the fact that I would spend all my time working playing video games.
Yeah, well, you still got to bring me my PS4 that you have upstairs that you were supposed to test for the shop that you never. See, this one right here, he would go, well, let me test that and see if it works right.
And then I would just keep
it. And then he just kept it. Now he's got 3 PS4s in his room, which one of them's mine. So actually, are both of them in your room or one of them in Joe's room?
The ones in the ones in the box that I haven't, like, finagled with yet.
Okay. Well, wait a minute. You know what? We're gonna put a pause. We're gonna put a pause in this right here, right now. And
commercial break time.
Commercial break. We'll be
return right after these messages.
After these messages, we'll be right back. As for those who...
During the Dark Ages, one day was like any other. Then somebody invented the weekend, and things picked up again. But soon it was the same old shtick. A week, a weekend. Until finally they invented MTV. And at last, the moment we were waiting for, the MTV Weekend. Your favorite video music, concerts, and specials. Every week and every weekend on MTV Music Television. Leonard Bovine, president of Investment Systems International, explains why he switched to MTV.
Switch from what?
MTV Music Television. There's nothing else like it.
And we are back! As Brandon comes running into the room, as he stands just off camera.
This is my bit.
That's his bit. Okay, so... oh, man. I was just talking about this while we were at break. You know, Predator, man, I wish they would allow... Because Marvel works with IDW now. Because IDW publishes the younger Star Wars books and like the Marvel Adventures books, I guess. Maybe we'll get Predator versus G.I. Joe.
Like I was saying during break, just Predator versus Snake Eyes alone would be awesome. Predator versus Storm Shadow alone would be awesome.
Predator versus, like, get a core team. What you do is you do what they did with the action figures. You got Duke, Stalker, Recondo. Remake the movie with G.I. Joe characters. Oh my god, that'd be freaking awesome. Just have it in there. But you'd have to put Scarlet in there. So, but and Marvel and IDW, if you're listening to this, you need to make the Predator versus G.I. Joe.
We won't even sue you if you steal our ideas.
Yeah.
We'll just be happy it's being made in the first place.
Just put little blurb at the bottom of the main page. That'd be awesome. Oh, you know what I remember today is we were sitting there going through the sale, and Mark's going through some Buffy the Vampire comics, and it was by Paul Lee was the artist on that book, and I went, "Hey, you want my autograph on that one?" And he's like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "You know, I've gotten many a free table at conventions offered to me, but I'm like, I'm not that Paul Lee." I'm
Paul Christopher Lee.
I don't know what his middle name is. Hell, it might be Christopher.
That'd be hilarious.
Oh man,
Like I'm as in Christopher Lee, the actor,
as in Christopher Lee,
one of the greatest actors ever.
Yes, because he's Dracula. He's the man with the golden gun. He is Count Dooku. I can go on. He's Lord Summer Isle. He's
He's also one of them guys who could make a bad movie great just with his presence.
He's always the best thing in a bad movie. If he's in a movie that's a bad movie,
He'll elevate that.
He'll elevate it. 'Cause there's certain people, like we've said before, there's certain actors who will be the best thing in a bad movie.
They will act their ass off so hard that it just like you completely forget the rest of the movie is just shit.
Oh yeah. Well, you don't forget the movie shit. You just their acting just goes boop, and the rest of the movie's down here.
Yeah.
But you're just like, he did really good in that movie. Shit. Why would they put
Well, you'll find out that like some actors, specifically voice actors, have gone on record as to talk about how like Mark Hamill was infamously starred in a really shitty, poorly CG animated, made for TV Christmas kids movie called Rhapsody Street Kids. It looks like garbage, and he was tricked into being into that movie. Because a lot of the times, the actors, they're hired, they record voices, and, it's like, yeah, all right, good work. They won't hear anything about it for a while.
Oh.
And then they're like, wait, what the fuck? This was what I was in? This is what I was in?
I got in, the early 90s. Because I used to be able to I can still do quite a few voices if I want to, and I can, do a lot of voice work. But I got the job, because I went and tried out. This woman in Lockington was doing an animated movie. And I went in and did the voice. I did like a bunch of voices. And I have no clue what ever happened to any of that. I never heard anything after I went in and recorded the voices.
You're gonna look on YouTube and find like some famous YouTubers doing a reaction video to the movie you were in.
I don't even know if it ever came out.
That's entirely true. Some lost media.
If you know, I don't. All I know was I did the voice of a prince, like a goose. I did the voice of townspeople. I did just random voices, and
You've heard this voice in an animated movie somewhere. Tell us. We need this movie.
I don't know if I want this movie because my voice was completely different back then. I was your age when I did.
God.
I was younger than you. I was younger than Joe.
Oh,
I think I was just fresh out of high school.
Oof.
Yeah. So
I used to when I was a kid, I could do a really good Ed from Ed and Eddie impression. I can't do it anymore.
I used to be able to do Gene Simmons
From Kiss.
Gene Simmons from Kiss.
Your impression will never be as good as that one comedian.
Oh my god. I can do Calling Dr. Love. I'm Gene Simmons. I can't fucking do it.
But his stories about doing the Gene Simmons voices are the best.
Oh god, yeah. Mine was when I worked at Hollywood Video. One of the things was Hollywood Video would have, when your movies were late back in the day, when you actually had to go get media at a store and then take that media back
Before
to the store. Before Netflix murdered it in the street.
Murdered Blockbuster in
Netflix dragged the Blockbuster Video and Hollywood Video out into the street and executed them in front of everybody, and everybody else was like, Bravo. Thank you for murdering that guy for jacking up these. But we had a service that would call if your movies were late. Mm-hmm. And the voice was Sean Connery. Some Sean Connery impersonator would do. He's like, "This is Hollywood Video. We're just calling to tell you your movies are late." And Scotland forever. And we're sitting there, and people would call us up, and they're like, "Yeah, I just got a phone call from Sean Connery. It says my movies are late, and they're not." And by the way, if you ever rented from Hollywood Video, all you ever had to do is call corporate and tell them your movies were never late, and they would just go in and take them out, and then we would have to deal with the repercussions of that bullshit. So,
if you did that, screw you.
I both loved and hated working at Hollywood Video. But what we used to sit there at night.
You got free rentals as kids.
I got discounts and free rentals. That was the only reason I stayed there. They paid you garbage.
Even if you were a manager,
dude, I was the assistant manager. Got paid shit. I worked shit tons of hours every week. At
because
one
you were salaried, so they got away with it.
No, I wasn't salaried. The manager was salaried. They kept trying to make me. They wanted to make me salaried so they could work.
You're like, no.
There was weeks where the only reason we got days off was because I would work like Wednesday open to close. So I would work from 10 o'clock in the morning till 1 o'clock at night, or from 10 o'clock in the morning till 1 o'clock the next morning. And so I could give the manager a day off so that the next day he could work open to close.
And you could get
I could get a day off. So that was the only way we could get days off. And, it sucked, but, I made some good friends there that you were never seeing
talking
anymore.
About your impressions.
Oh, but...
We had the Sean Connery impressions. Did you ever record?
No, I never did Sean Connery. But my favorite one was we would call, and I would sit there, we get bored, and I would order like pizza to the store, and I would order it like as Carl from Sling Blade, or I'd order it from Shaggy from Scooby Doo, or like Hank Hill. Like Zoinks, man! I want a pizza.
Oh man.
Roro Raggy.
Like, oh man, Scoob, I'm having a real bad trip.
And I would be like, I reckon I want a pepperoni pizza.
You
Extra large
do weird
with
stuff
lots of cheese.
when you're bored at work.
Oh yeah, dude. We would get so bored. Most of the time we were, because back in that day, Tuesdays were abominable because that was the day movies came out, and then Fridays and Saturdays were fucking horrible. But like the rest of the week, you were dead as shit.
So you were just sitting there doing nothing.
Oh yeah,
like a good chunk of the day.
What was bad is we worked there, and I had a guy who, this is back in the day when you get bootleg movies. I got a copy of X-Men 2, and X-Men 2 had just came out. So it had came out,
one of the best superhero movies ever made.
It came out on because this is back in the day before everything was really easy to get on the internet and stuff like that.
Before the dawn of the streaming service.
Yes, well, you could stream it, but it would literally take you for fucking ever to get a movie. So he would go, and he worked at a theater, and he would get it recorded for me and have it for me the next day. Damn. So when it dropped on Friday, I had it on Saturday.
So you were like,
so
I know this movie.
Yeah. So we're sitting there, and because the statute of limitations is up on this stuff, so I can tell you whatever the fuck I want to at this point. So I was sitting there, and we were watching X2 the day after it came out in the video store, and this dude's standing there, and he stares at the TV above the counter, and he stares at it, and he stares at it, and he goes, "Is that X-Men?" It's like, "No." And he's like, "Is that X-Men 2? I'm like, yeah, it is." He goes, "Can I rent that?" I'm like, no, you can't. And he was stood there for like an hour watching the movie
with you guys. It's a free movie.
Yeah, he was just like, "Oh, the hell."
You guys got any popcorn?
See, at one point though, we would do stupid shit. Like we had a girl named Mary Kate, and we had a girl named Ashley, and they never worked the same schedule until one awesome Wednesday or something like that. It was one day, Tuesday or Wednesday. Mary Kate and Ashley worked the same day, so it was Mary Kate and Ashley day. So I made them watch every fucking Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen damn video we had, and those are fucking horrible. Those are. We used to have stuff like Monkey Monday, so we would only watch monkey movies on Monday. So we'd watch. But don't get me wrong.
Monkey movies are great.
Yeah, but monkey.
There's
movies,
12 monkeys.
Yeah, but no, we would watch like
King Kong.
King Kong. We watched like Godzilla versus King Kong, Planet of the Apes.
Did you watch 12 Monkeys?
No, we didn't watch 12 Monkeys. We watched like them stupid, really bad ones with like Dunstan checks in, but I know those are apes and not monkeys, but it ruins.
It's funny.
It's funny because it's Monkey Movie Monday. And then right towards the end, when I just didn't give a shit anymore, I would just watch whatever movie I wanted to watch. Because we were only supposed to watch G-rated Disney movies. That was the whole thing. But I watched whatever the hell I wanted to watch.
You would have rated R movies.
And right towards the end, I was watching like Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
That's a monkey movie, yeah.
But that's an R. That's an
hard
R
R.
movie. That's due to massive amounts of profanity. And I just let it run in the background. You know the only thing I ever got in trouble for watching? What? Power Rangers. I got in trouble for watching the Power Rangers at Hollywood. Literally, my first day at a new store. I went in. I couldn't take the day off because it was my first day at a new store. I was sick. I was fighting a cold. I go in and I go to take medication. It says, "Do not take on an empty stomach." So I run across the parking lot to a Speedway. I grab a hot dog and a drink so I can have something in my stomach. So I put the movie in. I'm drinking, trying to take a drink, eat my hot dog real quick before I take my medication. And then a freaking secret shopper comes in.
A suit.
And
for those of you who don't know, a secret shopper is a snitch.
Remember, snitches get stitches, fucking narc. So, yeah.
What they are is they're corporate. They're managers or...
No, what they do is they offer customers free credits and free money to go buy stuff. And then what it was the worst part about it was the guy screwed up. This was a whole debacle. I had only been there less than an hour. And literally, they were sitting there. I threw in a tape so we could have something on in the background. It happened to be Power Rangers because it was on the counter. The cash register screwed up. It was something to do with the credit card. Then I got in trouble but yeah, it was a whole fucking debacle. But yeah, that was on my write-up. I literally
Power Rangers.
I got a write-up after working in less than an hour at a new store. But fuck that company. That's why it doesn't exist anymore, because it was a shitty fucking company that went under. Fuck Hollywood Video. I can put that on. I'll put that out there for everybody.
They can't get you now because you don't work. They don't. You haven't worked there for.
I work. You know the worst part about it is I'll say this right now too is after I stopped working there for almost 2 years after that, they still give me a paycheck for holidays because they never took me out of the system. So the boss at the time would call me up and goes, "Hey, your check's here." I would haul ass over there, get my check before the other bitch boss fucking found out, and then I would run over and cash to some bitch.
Free money.
And I got free money. I got free money for Christmas, Christmas Day, Thanksgiving, Easter, and I didn't even work there. So, and that was 20 years ago almost, so the statute of limitations up on all that crap.
I was real young when you were working there, because I remember...
Oh, yeah, you were really young. Because that's
maybe
when...
it was... I don't think it was 20 years ago.
No. It was close, because it was like 2000...
It was over 10 years ago, I think.
Oh, well over 10 years ago. So we're looking at early 2002, 2003.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. But, yeah, it was a... That company doesn't even exist anymore. As a whole, doesn't even exist anymore.
It's gone.
It is gone. Hollywood Video... And people have fond memories of, like, Blockbuster and stuff like that. And I think it's funny because Hollywood Video was the second biggest video rental store in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
And
now it's gone.
And it treated their employees probably the worst. I don't know though. I hear horror stories about other video stores, but fucking
Family Video stayed around, but Family Video, one over in Piqua, closed
Pickwick closed, Troy's closing. I don't know if it's closed yet or not. It might be.
Really, only local video stores are the ones that aren't really huge chains.
Well, what's
like
funny is that
Blockbuster
like these little mom and pop shops are popping back up now that the video stores, but they're thriving evidently from what I understand. But they're also like renting out stuff that you can't get on Netflix or Hulu
stuff that
or
Netflix.
yeah.
You know, they're finagling, fighting with the rights, and it's just like here, a DVD
A DVD, yes.
or a VHS tape.
You can rent art. How about a Laserdisc? Do you have a laser? How about Betamax?
You have all of those.
No, I don't have a Beta anymore.
You don't have Beta?
I have Beta tapes floating around, but I do not have a Beta player. My Beta player is, I don't know what happened to it. I had it, and it got packed away, and then I have no idea whatever happened to it. So,
Yoink door. B got maybe you let someone borrow it. It's one of the many things you let borrow.
Oh
and
my
then
God.
Never get returned.
I've got so much stuff I lent people that I never saw again, and some of them
I'm just saying, you know who you are.
yeah.
This is your chance to come clean.
Oh man.
Not the boys will come with. They want to be too nice. Johnny Baseball Bat. You know why I call him Johnny Baseball Bat?
Because he hits people with baseball bats.
No, it's because he actually plays baseball. He prefers to use a tire iron.
I got my buddy Crowbar. Oh, he beat people with Crowbar. No, he's Indian. His name's Crow. No, I don't know.
Don't know what bar means.
I don't know what it means, but yeah. No, oh my God. Fuck. But no, when we got back to voices, but man, Hollywood Video, we used to give so much shit to them. For those who don't remember, they used to have Mr. Movie Phone. Remember Mr. Movie Phone, where you could call and Mr. Movie Phone? It was a service. You would go in, and if you wanted to know what movies were playing locally, you would call Movie Phone, and then Movie Phone would be like, "Hello, welcome to Movie Phone. Press 1 now." You know. Well, I would get tired of people calling Hollywood Video all the time when I'm sitting there because I'm taking phone after phone after phone. You can't get nothing done. So I started just playing with it. I'm like, "Thank you for calling Hollywood Video. If you'd like to know about new releases, press 1 now. If you'd like to," and I go on this whole thing, and I'm like, "And if you'd like to delete your account, press 1 or press 5 now." And then you hear them beep, and they're like, "You press 5." And then you hear, "No. It's like, "Your account has been deleted. We are sorry for our loss."
We hope to hear you.
And people and then they would call back immediately. They would hang up and then call back, and they're like, "I just talked to this phone service, and they said my phone does." And we're like, "Well, that's not how it works, sir. You can't delete your account over the phone." I don't know who you talk to. And they would just be like, Or my favorite one was people would get pissed because they would call and they would complain because, like I said, Sean Connery would call them and tell their movies were late. And people, we'd correspond with the local other video stores, and because people would drop off Hollywood Videos DVDs or VHSs at Family Video, or they dump them off at First Choice Video in Troy, or video stores would just get different videos
Because people would probably just forget where
yeah,
they
and they
rented
would
from.
just they'd drop it off, and then they would assume that it would be checked in, and we would sit there because we'd call, and I drove by Family Video every day going home. So what I would do is if I got Family Video movies, I would swing by and I'd drop them off in their drop box. Or if I was on my way home, I would go in, tell them, and then they would hand me the ones that were dropped off there, and then I would check them in. Well, you'd have people call us up, and they're like, "Well, I returned my movie." And you go over to the computer, their movie's not there. So sometimes what happens is, you're scanning movies quickly, and you might miss one. It's a natural thing. Shit happens. And you would have to go back, and you'd look, you'd go through all the movies, make sure, see if it, because sometimes,
Sometimes the customer actually is right.
yeah. And
They did return the
although one of the funny things is when people would try to sneak a movie in and put it on the shelf because it would set off the alarm, instead of going out for stealing, they would be bringing the movie in and it would set it off. And because they would go back there and they'd hurry up and put it on the shelf and go, "I found it. It was right here the whole entire time." So we take it off. but we'd catch people doing that because people didn't want to pay the $1 a day late fee or $1 for 7-day late fee. People were, paying the asses. So people, and they would get upset with us if we told them the movie was not there. And they would start calling everybody thieves and everything else. And I'd be like, okay, if we're thieves, you need to get the police involved and have them come down here and take your police report. Because if we're thieves, you need to have us check, all this. I'd be an asshole. And my favorite one was this one woman starts just cussing me out. And I'm done with it that day. Literally, I am mad. I am pissed. I'm in a shitty mood. And I'm like, listen, bitch. You don't fucking come down here. I was like, and she's sitting there goes, I'm going to call this, blah, blah, blah. You cannot call me that. I'm like, whatever, bitch, click. And I immediately called corporate. And I'm like, hey, I just got off the phone with this angry woman. And she might say that I said some offensive things, even though she was cussing me out. I was like, I want you to know that I did the right thing. And they're like, well, we understand. And they actually back, because if you did not preemptively go against the people, like if you even waited like 5 minutes to call corporate, you knew they call, because that's what people would do. They would immediately call corporate, because corporate would take their side and then give them free rentals or take it off the system, like I said before, whatever.
But if you called them,
if I called them first and go, well, I just had this woman get off the phone and she was upset. She was and blah, blah, blah. And it's funny because
you activate worker mode.
I work mode. And, but oh my god, we had one time. We had this guy, and he comes in, and he starts
listening. You know who you are.
No, fuck him. He was threatening one of my employees, and he was like, well, he wasn't threatening. He was like, and
he was being threatening.
He was being threatening, and then I stepped in. I'm like, hey, you don't need this. And he starts threatening me, and he's like, man, I'll kick your ass, blah blah blah. So I walk over to the thing. I start clocking myself out and taking off my work shirt. And he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I can't beat your ass on the clock because I'll get fired, but I'll beat your ass in the parking lot on my break. And he just looked at me and was like, I'm like, come on, man. I've already clocked out. We need to go outside now. I got 10 minutes. And
you got to out crazy some people.
And he just like, when you call people out on their bullshit, they fucking shut the fuck up. And mind you, I'm not a guy who wants to fight. I don't want to.
But you know how to.
I'm a fucking adult, and that's not what I want to do. But
you know how to use psychology to your advantage.
And I also do know how to fight. But
you know how to bluff.
But I also know how to bluff.
Yeah. It's better to bluff than to fight.
Yeah, dude. I don't I'm too old. Well, at that time I wasn't that old, but no, the guy, this shit changed immediately. He's like, I'm just upset. I'm like, You're threatening a freaking 18-year-old girl over here that's 5 foot tall, 100 pounds, holding a brick. But when a dude steps up to you and you start talking shit,
Mr. Tough Guy,
and as soon as that shit stopped quick. But oh my god, it like I said, there's a reason that company. Well, one is that, like I said, Netflix and Hulu dragged
Netflix executed them in cold blood.
Yeah, like mafia style. 2 in the 1 in the chest, 2 in the head.
Leave the gun. Take the
lily. And not only that, but they took a shit on their corpse. But oh, we're going way off topic on this one.
I'm bringing up all the mafia references because I recently picked up a game literally called Mafia. Except this one is Definitive Edition because it's a remake of a game from like the early 2000s.
Well, Mafia 1 and 2?
It's just Mafia 1. Oh. It's the Mafia Definitive Edition.
Oh, I thought it was a collected... Sorry.
I don't have the collect. I have Mafia 2 on PC, and we managed to get another copy on... Because our PS3 copy got yoinked by someone. Still don't know who. But...
Yeah.
Honestly, though, everyone gives Mafia 3 shit. I fucking love Mafia 3.
That's the one with the dude that comes back from Nam, ain't it?
Yeah, it takes place in 1968. You play as a black man in 1968. It's not a nice game, but you can stab racist hicks in the throat.
Oh yeah, that's
And there's literally a mission where you fight the Ku Klux Klan.
well, you should.
It's, like I said, you play as a black Vietnam veteran in 1968. You're going to be, if you don't like hearing the N-word, don't play this game.
So, alright, well...
But if you like shooting racist people in the face, play this game. It's really fun and good, and I love it.
That's well, you should.
But we are on an hour.
Alright, we're going to take another break.
We'll return right back after these messages.
Okay.
It's time to tempt your tummy.
Tempt your tummy with a taste of nuts and honey? Honey Nut Cheerios is a tasty part of this complete breakfast.
You want to scare the fish?
Better to catch the taste of golden honey and crunchy nuts.
It's time to tempt your tummy with a taste of nuts and honey. It's a honey almond. Hey, you weren't kidding. This stuff is great. It's Honey Nut Cheerios.
Did you know that there are more than 1,000 handicapped cats in Los Angeles? We go camping, earn badges, and do all sorts of fun things.
Like tying knots and making backpacks out of jackets. Join in the fun of scouting. Call Scouting for the Handicap at 413-4400.
See you there!
Sunday on Duet.
Something terrible happened.
He broke up with you?
Worse, he told me he loves me.
Sunday at 8:30 on Fox Channel 11. We'll be right back with more hair-raising hilarity after these messages.
Whoa! Feels like the wind's picking up, Sue.
Yeah, kid. It's gonna pick up you and me.
Time for a powerful Cheerios breakfast.
A balanced breakfast like this one.
You got to go with Cheerios, extra Cheerios that help you grow. You got to go the high flour. Coming on strong with Cheerios. You're feeding your Cheerios.
A Cheerios breakfast.
And we're back.
We now return to the Group Therapy Podcast.
Already in progress. No. Oh my god.
We
No.
didn't miss anything.
You didn't miss it.
We were making some fried chicken, if you know what I'm saying.
So we're getting way into this episode, but I want to talk about some stuff that dropped recently. Like I said, the Disney whole thing with all the Star Wars stuff coming out. The Bad Batch, freaking Rogue Squadron,
Obi-Wan,
Lando, Rangers of the New Republic, more Mandalorian, totally brain farting on the other one.
Well, a whole lot of Star Wars stuff.
Cassian Andor. And then with all the freaking Marvel stuff with WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier.
What If?
Fuck, I love what ifs. I wish they would do the what ifs from the comics. Because they're going to do what ifs for the cinematic universe.
Because we get what if T'Challa became Star-Lord.
Yeah.
And what if Peggy became the Super Soldier.
Super Soldier, and we also get the what if Marvel Zombies and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, so much good stuff looks like it's coming out. Loki. And this doesn't give nothing away. If you go find a trailer, this is awesome. D.B. Cooper is Loki. That's why we've never found D.B. Cooper, because D.B. Cooper is Loki. So,
joke, the whole D.B. Cooper thing. It's Tommy Wiseau.
There is that theory. Yeah. Tommy Wiseau. But I've been watching a lot of stuff on D.B. Cooper, and it looks like they found the guy because he keeps screwing up because he's old, and they'll like, so, you know, your parachute. He goes, well, I packed that parachute. What? Yeah, when I was 5 years ago when you were at that place, you packed that parachute that DB Cooper got. Well, yeah, but they're catching him and stuff, and they believe this dude is actually DB Cooper, and stuff makes sense.
But then there's also the guy they think they think was DB Cooper who
was shot and killed.
Yeah,
shortly thereafter. Who had the same MO, but they that's almost been proven not to be, but yeah, that's a really good one, but not quite. If you've never heard of DB Cooper, go to your computer, type in DB Cooper into Google, and that is
look it up.
Yeah, look it up, and that's some good shit. There's some rabbit hole shit that you'll go down finding out who was DB Cooper and how it was all
a modern mystery.
Yeah, it was 1972. Yeah, so also I want to talk about some comic books before I get too far. This is not one of the recent ones, but this is the Power Rangers Soul of the Dragon. It's basically Tommy's story. I'm going to go into the new Power Ranger comics through Boom are a must read for me every month that they come out. That shit, I went in thinking, Power Rangers, whatever.
Power Rangers, but it's going to be like a gritty reboot.
Oh man, it wasn't even going to be but it's so good, especially when they did the Shattered Grid storyline. When they introduced Evil Tommy, where he never stopped being an evil, and he ends up being both the Green and White Ranger, becomes Lord Darklon.
Darkon.
What did I say? Darklon? My bad.
Yeah.
Darklon.
He kills Rita Repulsa.
Yeah, and becomes the leader. Finster becomes Finster 5 because he mashes Finster and Alpha into one thing. Kimberly becomes the Ranger Slayer.
Trini's like wearing like this great big dragon mech armor.
Yeah, and but it's so good, and it just keeps getting better. And right now they're doing the after the whole Shattered Grid thing ended, they split them back up. So you had Mighty Morphin, and then you have Power Rangers in two separate comics. One's more space based, one's more Earth based, and it has the but there's like Psycho Rangers. They start embracing the other Power Rangers from other timelines and stuff like that. Then there's a video game out.
Yeah. The game is awesome.
The game is a great fighting game.
The game,
was it Heroes of the?
It's Battle for the Grid.
And then on top of that, we have.
If you've heard of Dan Southworth, Dan Southworth is Virgil from Devil May Cry.
This is.
He was also the Quantum Ranger from Time Force.
We got this too.
He reprised his role for the game, and that's awesome.
We got the Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid board game, which has really nice.
Look at that art; it's cool.
It has art, except for the damn dog got a hold of the edge of the box. You got really nice miniatures. It's ever expanding, so you can keep buying game pieces and keep making this bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It's just something I never thought I would get into as much as I did. And it ends up that new Power Rangers ends up being really good. Let's see what else is really good right now. Fucking Immortal Hulk. God damn, Immortal Hulk's a must read. That's every week that Immortal Hulk drops. That's like the first book I read, and that's really good. I can show you some old stuff because that's the only thing I got in front of me right now. This is hot book. Daredevil 25. The big twist at the end. The new Daredevil. You know who the new Daredevil is?
Who?
Elektra.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So we already had Black Panther as
the
Daredevil, which it wasn't a bad storyline, but it was a little weird. I'm not gonna lie, it's fun.
We're getting pretty long.
But okay, I know this is gonna be bad. We're gonna have a downer at the end again. More people died again. God. Fucking Tiny Lister Zeus Debo from Friday. He passed away. Charlie Pride died today, or not today, but recently. Man, so many. Goddamn, seriously, people need to stop freaking dying.
Last for like a couple more years at least.
Yeah, just take a break. Take a break, famous people. Don't stop dying unless you're fucking Woody Allen or fucking Kevin Spacey and you can fuck off. But
Harvey Weinstein get COVID-19 challenge.
But oh man, what we got coming up? We got some. Hopefully, maybe next week I will have an in studio guest, or I might have a virtual guest. We're trying to figure out the logistics of that. We're going to be coming up with some more stuff. So yet again, if you guys have any ideas for topics,
send them.
Next week we might film our because I don't even know what next week will be. We might do our Christmas episode, and we will not be wearing Christmas hats. We will not be wearing Santa suits. Well, we're going to talk about shit we got for Christmas that we loved.
We're also going to talk about Christmas-themed horror movies, probably.
Oh, we're talking about we're talking about Christmas-themed movies. We're talking about shit we watch at Christmas time.
Silent Night, Deadly Night 2.
Garbage Day.
Everybody loves Garbage Day, but that guy has some equally great lines throughout that whole movie.
No, my my favorite Christmas movie right now is Rare Exports.
Yeah. It's the one about,
Santa Troll.
Yeah.
And he's not
Krampus?
Krampus. He's not Krampus. He's the Santa Troll.
But I was talking about Krampus.
Krampus movie. Yeah.
I watched that.
Christmas Horror Stories. That's good. Of course, like the original. The Silent Night, Deadly Night movies. Those are all great. Santa Sleigh. With
there's the one with Goldberg.
Goldberg is Santa Claus. Because nothing says Santa Claus.
It's a silly little.
It's
a silly little slasher, but it's fun.
It's fun. That's one you can't really.
It's also great that Goldberg, Jewish man, is playing
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Oh man, but we'll go in more into that. Gremlins.
Yeah, Gremlins still the Christmas movie.
Christmas.
We could make the joke about Die Hard being a Christmas movie.
Yeah,
because it is, but everyone fights over it.
Do you know what? Everybody,
need to fight
Die Hard 2 is a Christmas movie too.
Yeah,
yeah. So is Lethal Weapon.
Yeah,
people forget that too. But we're gonna do some more talk. We're gonna have the Christmas episode next week, and
maybe we get Tina in on it.
Maybe we can get another person on that one because I'm hoping to film maybe 2 episodes next week. And hopefully, I will actually be able to go to the theater next week because I think I want to go see Monster Hunter, just because I want to go to the movies and then go see Wonder Woman on Christmas.
I don't think you should. You know me. I don't want you going out and dying.
I won't die. So you can't.
It's like if I die, that means you joke about how if you die, that means you won't have to pay any of your debts.
Yeah. Whoever. You can't get money out of a corpse.
They did in the Old West.
No, see, my whole thing is I have the ongoing joke that if I get COVID, it better kill me because if it knows what's good for it, I'm gonna come back and get it when I get better.
It's like they're gonna put your body in like one of them clear caskets and just be like, behold, Paul Lee.
You can't. He's like, but
is he alive? Is he dead?
You don't know.
Like one of them old freak shows.
Oh,
Looking into the freak shows, it's horrible. It's terrifying.
Okay, I gotta post. Say something though before I forget. Best quote I heard this week about me was Tyler and Megan came into the store. So shout out to Tyler and Megan if you're listening to this one. Was Tyler looked at me and goes, "How do you have a gut and have abs? How the hell did you do that?" I'm like, I work out a lot, but I also like to eat.
Like I said, having a gut means you have fat to burn. That's why
that's why the strong men are all
chunky.
Yeah, they're chunky because they're
like Mr. Universe guys. Sure, they got the muscle, but they don't have the.
I watched one of them, Alone or Dual Survivor, one of them things, because I caught it at the gym. But they had like some like hippie girl who lived on like berries and roots and shit like that, and they put him in with this dude who's like a bodybuilder, and we're sitting there watching him like that dude needs to eat constantly because he has no fat to burn, so he's gonna start getting fucking weak and shit like immediately, and he did. And he had to be carted off the show, and then the hippie chick had to finish up by herself because the dude was not healthy enough. Literally, I think he lasted like a day because your intake is so high that you have to have so many calories to be able to, because you have no fat to burn. So you have to be taking in X amount of calories.
To munch.
So you constantly got to be eating protein, and this guy didn't have anything. So immediately
he's
like
no stamina.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm, and then all of a sudden, man, like he's like, I'm dying, I need more, and then he like eats something, and he like eats some berries and immediately gets the shits. So, see, that happens all the time on them survival shows because everybody's like, "Oh, you can eat berries because they're calories." I'm like, "Yeah, but like most fruit has fiber," and whoop, right out the other end.
Plus, you can't just eat berries.
Oh yeah, or the people who find eggs, just eggs, and start eating them. Doesn't matter what kind of eggs they are, you know. You can eat eggs.
You can eat sparrow eggs. I can eat sparrow eggs are a bit. Some people eat them.
You can eat quail eggs, turtle eggs. You can eat. I think you can eat snake eggs, stuff like that. But you
got to cook them.
Yeah, cook them, but
you can't eat them raw.
No.
The raw egg diet will kill you. Yeah, it will give you salmonella.
You will die. Well, I mean, I don't know. I think it won't kill you, but it will make you violently ill. Yeah. And you will probably purge all of it out of you, but you will get sick as shit. So
do not eat
raw eggs.
Do not eat raw meat. Do not eat raw chicken.
Yeah.
I can't believe I have to say this. Do not cook your chicken rare.
Do not make chicken tartare. Don't make pork tartare. Do not have your chicken.
There's a raw beef. Like, apparently it's like a holiday tradition to have like a raw beef sandwich. It's like, no, you're going
I'm
to get
not
sick.
gonna lie. I've eaten raw steak and I did not get sick. I've eaten raw hamburger before.
It sounds gross.
Oh, it's raw hamburger's rough to get down. But then again, I worked at a grocery store back in the day. My first real job was working at a grocery store, and you're there at night and you do stupid shit because you're bored. And
so you're just like,
no, they're like, I dare you to eat that. No, I dare you to eat that. So you would eat like, you know, but yeah. So okay, as always, we're gonna end this episode. Like us, subscribe. Find us on YouTube.
Anywhere.
Yeah, we're almost everywhere. Deezer podcast we're having some issues with because we were on there, and then
it'd be easier to list off the places we're
aren't at. Like I said, we're pretty much anywhere you can find podcasts. But if you need to find us, we're on YouTube and Podbean are our two big ones. Like us, subscribe, leave us comments.
Tell us what we need.
Tell us what more we want to do. I'm getting a lot of feedback, and people are loving the show. I actually had a little kid come in the shop the other day, and they're like, oh, "I saw you on YouTube." I'm like, pretty much anybody can be on YouTube, but
it's like you should be watching this. We swear a lot.
Yeah, I apologize because I don't realize the amount of profanity that spouts out of my mouth. Because Tina hates it.
We have to watch because the Vincent over there who's asleep.
Yeah. But like, subscribe, comment, follow us on. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr. We're everywhere. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter at Emperor Palpatine. At Group Therapy, and then follow us at Group Therapy TV 1 for the show.
Donate to our Patreon. Buy stuff from our store.
Yeah, buy stuff help us keep this place going.
Come in the store with the coupon code fuck you to get 0% off your next purchase.
No. I'm gonna put this out here. You want 10% off your next purchase. You come in the store and go, why isn't Woody Allen dead?
Careful, someone might take you up on that.
And I will totally get you. You come in my store, ask me why, and give me that. I will give you 10%. Not off. I can't give you off. The only thing I cannot give you 10% off of is New Magic packs and any ordered comics. But I can give you 10% off back issues. I can give you 10% off of
combine it with our DVD sale, which is still going on.
Yes. I can. Well, no, that's already too good a sale. So, that's
if you buy one DVD, you get 10% off.
Well, I will give you 10% off of RPGs. I will give you 10% off on board games. I would give you 10% off. Now, like I said, the only thing I can't do is if the deal's already better than the 10% off.
Yeah.
Buy one, get one free is better than 10% off. Mm-hmm. So, all right.
If you buy one DVD, though, you get 10% off.
Yeah.
But why would you just buy one
DVD? Yeah, I'm sure there's a second DVD you can find. I always tell people that. They'll come up with 3 DVDs. I'm like, it's buy one, get one free. And they're like, I'm like, dude, you can walk over and I guarantee you can find another movie you like. Yeah. And they come back over and they give me the movies. So, but I will give...
he literally can't stop giving away.
Yeah.
Buy our stuff so we can live. We will treat you right at our store.
Yep. And I've just got to restock on some gaming books today. So we'll be putting those out tomorrow. And for those
gaming books, you can play with your friends, even over the internet.
Yeah, you can play D&D and Pathfinder via Zoom and Skype and via
Discord.
Yeah,
Roll20. There's literally programs built specifically for playing RPGs over the internet.
Yeah,
like Roll20 is real handy.
So
there's another one I'm eyeballing though. That's like it's a one-time payment of like a pretty decent price, about like $40.
You know what I just ordered?
It's really good.
I ordered the Power Ranger role-playing game.
Oh shit!
And they're doing a Power Ranger. Was it for D&D? So you can get power scale to D&D. I don't know if that's gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be a legit one or if it's gonna be something else.
If it's gonna be homebrew.
Yeah. All right, but we're gonna call it a good night.
Yeah.
So as always, I'm Paul.
I'm Brandon,
and we're not licensed therapists.
See ya.
Yeah. Adios.